Welcome to Crushing Kayfabe. My name is Jason Garish, and thank you for watching the show. And I say watching because we're trying something new. We're going to do a video show for the 1 year anniversary. This is our 1 year anniversary of Crushing Kayfabe. I can't believe it's been a year already. Technically, our last show was 1 year, but I didn't have anything planned, so I figured I'd try something different today, and this is it. So we're going to have some video to go along with the audio. Sorry about distortion right there, but yeah, it's gonna be fun. Like I said, trying something new. I'm hoping to do more shows like this. Kind of puts a face with the voice. I know that people who haven't been following my music career probably don't know what I look like, but this is it. This is what I look like, and this is the studio that we broadcast from every week. You can see the slapboard paneling in the back there. This was actually all covered with paneling, which had layers and layers and layers of wallpaper on. So if you see some wallpaper, I'm sorry. It's I haven't gotten it all off yet, but I'm trying. There was a ton of wallpaper on there, and it was a ton of work. So but underneath was a beautiful wood. So good deal. Once again, thank you for tuning in. Like I said, we're trying something new. I got my Sting shirt on for the occasion. This is from when he was in TNA. I got this. I don't have too many wrestling shirts, unfortunately. I've got an AJ Styles a hoodie, but that's about it. And I got a decade of destruction from Undertaker from obviously a long time ago. But that's about it. So I wasn't sure what to wear. So here we go. Here's Sting for the inaugural video show. I don't know if there'll be more, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to do more shows like this. Maybe we'll even find a way to get this mic out of the way. I don't want to use my condenser mics. I could put it down here, but then I would pick up everything. We have dogs in the neighborhood. I have chickens, so it's quite a loud affair. So not really something I care to do right now with the condenser mics. I do it for vocals, but that's about it. Unfortunately, the condenser mics are so powerful; they pick up everything. But here we are. Like I said, welcome to my studio. You can see I've got Chewy in the back as my co-pilot today. He's listening and handling the mixing board. You can obviously he's got his cans on. Maybe I can take you around, show you a couple of things in here, kind of interesting. Right up top here, we got a puzzle that my wife put together. That's over 1,000 pieces of Nashville. It's pretty cool. Got my paintball trophies, some of them right there. Got a little bit of sound treatment here. Right over here, actually right up there. That's a present that my wife gave to me from our anniversary. That was I think that was last year. Wow, that's horrible. It was either that or the year before. I'm terribly sorry. Everything's starting to I'm getting older, things are starting to blend in together, but what it is it has lyrics to Brad Paisley's Today on there, and that was our wedding song. So that's a really cool thing that she did. I love that thing right there. Got some other stuff up here going on. I got a ton of books in the background here, and the reason being is because one, just for storage. Two, though, that believe it or not, they make awesome sound treatment. So if you're going to do a podcast and you can't afford to do the expensive studio phone because it is very expensive, try out some books. Get some bookcases, put some hardcover books in there, and they make great sound treatment. They're much less reflective, and they filter out a lot of the reverberation. So that's a cheap kind of inexpensive fix if you have a small home studio. Otherwise you're going to be doing a lot of sound treatment because these small rooms reflect a ton of bass, and you can add reverberation, but you can't take it away. Unfortunately, once it's in the mix, it's there permanently. So if you're thinking about doing a podcast, or you think about doing some home recording, that's probably the best recommendation I can give you is try to treat the room as much as possible. Put some bass traps in, Do what you got to do. Sofas work great for bass traps. If you got an old sofa or an old chair or something, put it in there. Not to mention, like I mentioned previously, I should say, the books. Books are awesome. Do some hardcover books and do it up that way. But once again, thank everybody for allowing me to last 1 year and allowing me to do this. It's awesome. I've been having a great time. Eventually, initially, I should say, we started this podcast with a co-host, my co-host Matt Reeves. Unfortunately, had to bail out. I hate the fact that he had to, but it is what it is. He had a very valid reason initially, and not sure why he didn't decide. Just didn't want to do the rest of it. But I still keep a chair over here right now. Chewy's keeping it warm, so that's his chair right there. For a long time, I still had the mic and everything set up. So if he ever wanted to come do a show, it's the door's always open. So no hard feelings, nothing. Unfortunately though, because of it, I had to change a lot of the formatting of the show. I mean, the show was originally never intended to be any type of recap or even modern wrestling. We always intended it to be a topic based opinion show. So each week would have a different topic and we'd voice our opinions on it, whether it be reflecting on the Attitude Era or discussing topics like CTE. That was the initial intent of this show, and I want to do more shows like that in the future. I just wanted to respect, like, as respect my co-hosts and not do those unless he if in case he wanted to come back, and kind of do that. So I didn't approach that, but I'd like to start doing some things kind of similar to that and get back to the original intent of the show, because we kind of had to go into panic mode and change the format and go into a little bit of a recap and talk about the modern wrestling that's going on right now. But apologize to the people who are listening on just audio, because I will be putting on audio of this too. But I'm just about to take a sip of water here. Like I say, you don't have the visual to know what's going on there. So if you hear some weird noises or a little pause in the action, that's what it is. But hey, once again, like I said, thank you for allowing me to do this for a year. I'm extremely grateful, very happy it is. Um, let's think. What else? What do we have going on? I mean, in football, obviously my Raiders blew it this week. Extremely unhappy with that. Not happy at all, because it's kind of proving all of the theories and predictions I had about Josh McDaniels, and I don't like that. I want it to be wrong so badly. I wanted this team to be successful. I wanted it to live up to their potential, because they have a ton of weapons, have a lot of things positive going on, and you look at Devonte Adams, Derek Carr, Josh Jacobs. They just drafted White, an incredibly talented running back. They've got Hunter Renfro, Darren Waller, so many weapons, and the defense is improving. So there's no reason why they should have lost this game, and against the Saints that they should have beaten. You know, um, Well, it's gonna say I hate to be right sometimes, and Josh McDaniels has just proven me right, unfortunately, so far. Mark Davis wanted his superstar coach, and he got him, and unfortunately, his fans were paying for it, and unfortunately, the players are paying for it. I'm really unhappy about the whole situation. It looked like we're gonna turn the ship around a little bit there, and this happened. I'm not saying that the season's over, but doesn't really make you feel real good, because even if they got into playoffs, how far are they going to get with poor decision making up top, and everything rolls downhill. When I look at the success of a football team, to me it starts at the top and kind of stops at Josh McDaniels, because he has a ton of talent on that team. He should be doing a lot better, and he's not. So good luck to them. I hope they do well. I'm trying to think of what else I can show you in here. Like I said, unfortunately, I apologize to my audio listeners, purely audio. I got my Fender sign up there. Always been a big fan of Telecasters. Um, got my D&D calendar right there. So we got a lot of stuff, a lot of cool stuff here. Let me show you some stuff while I got the camera on. I know my wife was originally going to be on this particular podcast. We'll try to get her on future shows. Unfortunately, it just didn't work out right now, but she's been working on some stuff, some resin casting stuff, and I can show you that a little bit of that since we do have video going. Like some keychains and whatnot, really cool stuff that is still in the process, but it looks amazing. I think stuff like that. I have some dice molds, which unfortunately we got some giant air bubbles in them. But if you play D&D, I mean, those I think those look really cool, personally. Unfortunately, they got some big time air bubbles in them, but once we perfect that, I think those are going to be really really cool. If you're into role playing, that's really cool. Um, let's see. In addition to, I mean, what's happened in the past year since we started? I mean, you gotta look at all. Unfortunately, you gotta start off with the wrestlers that have passed. You look at Scott Hall, which was a huge one. The bad guy unfortunately finally gave in to and succumbed to his health, and that's a real big one right there. Unfortunately, obviously him and Shawn Michaels changed the face of ladder matches, changed a lot with the NWO. I mean, he changed wrestling forever. So that yeah, that was a huge loss right there, right off the bat, and not something we're gonna recover from anytime quickly, unfortunately. Kevin Nash recently lost his son to alcoholism, which is a huge, huge loss right there for him. There he was working on getting clean, from what he said. I mean, from what I understand, he did a great podcast recently on his show, which I've never been a big Kevin Nash fan, but that shows a lot of guts to be able to go and do a podcast right after you experience an incredible tragedy like that. That's really really horrifying, really bad. And kudos to him for being brave enough to go on the air. And he even said, kind of a thing like he had said this was better than therapy. He'd rather do this than therapy. So I hope it helped him, and I hope it helps some other people out there that are struggling with their battles with alcoholism and any battles they have they're going through, or anyone who's lost a child. I mean, it's horrible. We lost Butch Reed, New Jack. I forgot about New Jack last year. Jeez, Bobby Eaton. Lost a lot of people, and unfortunately, we lost Daphne, which really hit home with me because I was a big Daphne fan. I enjoyed the whole Queen gimmick, and anyone who does work with Misfits, I'm a huge Misfits fan. You can't see it, but I got a Jerry Only action figure on the wall there, and I got a chance to meet him years ago. You can look on my website, jaygear.com, JOYGERR.com, and see pictures of me with him. Like I said, that was a huge loss. And the way that she died, taking her own life, is something that I'd really like to explore on an episode coming up, because it once again refers back to and brings up the issue of CTE and how it affects wrestlers. It makes me question what kind of conditions she was working in, especially like TNA and whatnot. We've got some real issues with real issues with safety in AEW, especially in the women's division. So you might be seeing some of those in the future. I hope to God not, but if Sammy Guevara keeps dumping people on their head, we might be seeing more issues in the future. Unfortunately, that's why Ruby Riot's out right now, which sucks because I really like her a lot too. Let's see. I don't mean to exclude anyone, but like I said, a lot happened in the past year. A lot happened on our home front, but I don't want to get too much into that. What else did we have happen recently? As far as WWE and Raw goes, we finally had Dominic Mysterio, or Dom as he's referred to now, reference Eddie Guerrero, which I loved. I thought that was great. He's healing it up. I think he's doing a great job with this heel turn, but they're gonna have a hard time turning him babyface. People hate him. But Rhea's helping him out immensely. Man, she is the MVP of the Judgment Day right now. She is really killing it, doing a tremendous job as that kind of I don't want to say femme fatale, but she's fulfilling a great role. She's doing a great job with Judgment Day, and she kind of saved that whole thing, her and Dominic, because Finn Balor was about as exciting as watching paint dry. I'm sorry. Um, we had the return of Nikki Cross, and thank God they're calling her Nikki Cross again, not Nikki Ash. The whole superhero gimmick is over. I mean, she came out and beat the heck out of a bunch of like Bianca Belair, a whole bunch of people, and is back to the crazy Nikki, which I love. I'm really happy to see that. And speaking of that, Daphne before, even Nikki has admitted before that she really stole her gimmick from Daphne with the whole crazy and screaming. She learned how to scream from her without hurting herself. So once again, wrestling comes full circle. You know, but Nikki Cross, I'm glad to see that character back in the ring, and hopefully the superhero gimmick is over forever. Hopefully, because that really was horrible. I mean, on the AEW front, when we had some big developments with MJF. They keep teasing, I should say, this babyface turn. I don't know if he's going to be a full fledged babyface. I don't know if he's going to be a tweener because he still has a lot of heel characteristics. But either way, man, when he is so valuable to this company, AEW. I mean, he is one of the few reasons I still tune in. I don't get me wrong, Dynamite has been really good. There's some wrestlers, some of my favorite wrestlers are on Dynamite, but he's been the star of the show in my opinion. Everyone he works with it seems like it's elevated. Every feud he does is just, for me, is the reason to tune in. Doing some tremendous work at a very young age, and just killing it. Just killing it. Man, that guy is so good. I'm sorry. I can't say enough about MJF. I really think that guy's great. I really do. And on Dynamite last week we had the firm turn on him with Stokely and his gang, Morrissey and everything, turn on MJF after he fired him, because he can't they came out to the ring to beat on Moxley, which he specifically forbade them to do. But they came out to the ring with that match between Moxley and Penta, and so put the beat down on Moxley. And MJF initially looked conflicted, did the whole bit, do I, don't I, and came out for the save. Kind of, Mox was already kind of pummeled by that point, but he came out for the save like a good baby face would. So we'll see where this takes us. And I have the utmost, I should say, a bit of confidence in MJF, because everything this guy touches is gold. Just does a tremendous job, and I really don't have a whole lot of notes, a whole lot of things to talk about. We're recording this on Halloween Day, so anyone that celebrates Halloween, be safe out there, have fun. Um, my son went out Saturday night and had a good time. Had a real good time. We went to a couple places on the Gibson County Fair ground, and then and did a trunk or treat there. And then we went over to I always screw this up. One of the flea markets, the one we don't have anything in right now. Sorry. Went down there and they did their own kind of version of trunk or treat with the vendors and had a really good time. He was Chase from Paw Patrol, and was everyone recognized him, everybody loved him, so it was a good time. It was a good time, and he had a blast. So, but everyone going out tonight, be safe, like I said. Um, I mean, those are the things in the past week that really, really stick out to me right now. Once again, I really couldn't get into the Chris Jericho tag team match, the one with Jericho Garcia and against Claudio and Wheeler Yuta. Wheeler Yuta, I mean, I recognize that he's great in the ring, but he just is another one that's kind of like watching dry paint. He got a little bit better when he was feuding with MJF, and they had their little duel back and forth on the mic. He got a little bit better, but still, I don't know if I did last week, but welcome Renee, Moxley's wife to AEW. Definitely a step up. She brings some class to the show, so that's a real good deal. But other than that, not a whole lot. Like I said, that I really want to go over within the confines of the show. Just still kind of working the kinks out of the whole video thing. You guys get to see it, and hopefully everybody likes it. Did my attempt at 3-point lighting here. So if you see some crazy shadows like in the corner and whatnot over there, yeah, there's some a little bit of overcast and shadows. I haven't perfected it just yet. You can see a little bit of a halo, but around Chewy, but we'll get worked out. The right now the studio is an absolute pigsty. I apologize. It's a work in progress. Always has been. Like I said, I'm still peeling paneling and years and years worth of uh, of wallpaper off the walls. There's some beautiful slapboard underneath here, which I'm not sure why they put what they did on top of there. Maybe they're just tired of looking at. I don't know, but the previous owner decided to put over the course of several years, several layers of wallpaper, and on top of that, some very bad wood, quote unquote, paneling, imitation wood paneling on top of it, which looked horrible. It was bowing out, and in the Western Tennessee humidity was not doing very well. So I had to rip all of that down and go through and rip off all the wallpaper in here. And I think it looks a million times better. Unfortunately, it's still very dark, so it's not real conducive to videos, but we'll get there. We'll figure it out. If worst case scenario, if I have to drop a green screen or something in the back of myself, I'll do it. I mean, there's ways to get around this. Is ways to do it. Hopefully, everybody enjoys it. Tried my best to kind of get the like I said, the lighting and the angle and everything just right. But hopefully I get some positive feedback. Hopefully, I didn't use my even though I'm not going live and streaming, I didn't use the my camera. I have a real good camera which produced some great results. I'm using my webcam right there. That's my Logitech webcam 1080p. We'll see how this all works out. Like I said, it's all this is all kind of experiment, kind of part of the celebration, the 1 year celebration of 1 year of Crushing Kayfabe. Once again, leave your comments below. Hopefully everybody digs it. Thank you for allowing me to come into your earbuds once a week. Thank you so much. I'd like to send some shout outs. First of all, let's start off with ourselves. Go to crushingkayfabe.com, crushing with a K. Check us out there. We'll have some links to our Facebook and other social media pages from there. Check us out there. Like us on Facebook. Like us on YouTube. Where maybe you're watching us on YouTube right now. I don't know, because I will be uploading an actual video to YouTube, but not just the audio now. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. But thank you for supporting us, and go to patreon.com, become a patron for just $1 a month. You can support the show and help keep the lights on. These things aren't cheap. So help keep the lights on, help support my music career, help support the show, and help support wrestling in the area. So patreon.com, you can do a search for Crushing Kayfabe, Crushing with a K, and for $1 a month you can get the show ad free. So hey, there you go. And while you're at it, check us out at Peggy's Attic and at Then and Now. Peggy's Attic is in Milan. It's a really cool flea market there. You can check us out. My wife sells some of her goods there. Check her out, Hooked by Jenna Lynn on Facebook. She's putting up a ton of reels too, some real funny stuff, some real good stuff. So if you want to check that out too, check her out. But that's Hooked by Jenna Lynn, and you can buy some of her homemade goods, handcrafted goods, I should say, at Then and Now, which is downtown Trenton. It's on the square, really easy to find. You can check it out there. You can also buy one of my CDs, help support the cause. And go to Peggy's Attic and check us out there. We got a booth there too. So purchase some a CD, purchase some handmade goods, some handcrafted items, some artwork, original artwork from my wife. And when don't you want to have original artwork hanging up in your house? Everybody should have original artwork hanging up in their house. Support local artists. In addition to that, while you're supporting local artists, buy some candles. We would like to send a shout out to Lucky Lady Candles, and they actually have a booth at Rachel's Attic. That was the place I was trying to think of previously. But check them out on Facebook. Buy some candles. Who else do we want to support? Trenton Tabletop and Arcade. Check them out. Once again, they're downtown Trenton on the square. He's actually giving out, or not giving out, but he's doing chess lessons now. So you can learn how to play chess. I'm not sure what he's charging or whatnot, but has some chessboards set up. And if you want to rent a table for the day and just play collectible card games, play Magic or play D&D with some friends, or play whatever role-playing game you're into, check them out and go downtown Trenton and rent a table. And if you're not into that stuff, play some of the arcade games. It's been forever since I've been to a stand-up arcade, and he's got stand-up arcade games there. He's got Pac-Man. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Mortal Kombat down there is a Paw Patrol game for the kids, a real small one. Got the Simpsons game, got a whole bunch of stuff. So go down there and play some of the stand-up cool. I mean, that brings back a ton of memories for me for childhood. So check them out at and the town square in Trenton. So what else we got going on? That's about it. Continue to send thoughts and prayers out to Ukrainian people. They're still fighting the good fight and fighting for their freedom. So continue to send some prayers out to them, and if you can, please support them through the valid organizations out there that are sending supplies and sending food and whatnot. Go through Red Cross or UNICEF or whatnot. They need it. So help them out, please. Like I said, thoughts and prayers out to Ukrainian people. And once again, I hate to beat a dead horse, but everyone that's ever listened to the show, thank you so much for tuning in and making this a possibility. I've wanted a podcast for a long time. Now I've got it. So let's keep it up and thank you so much. I hope you continue to enjoy this show. God bless.